Breaking news, they've now confirmed that Celeste had multiple fake identification cards. In addition to that, David's friends who are familiar with the two said that they believed they were a couple and that she was 19.
Today, we have new and important updates regarding the David case. It seems that David is currently very likely being seen as guilty. Additionally, there is new information suggesting that he tried to cover up events, did not want to leave his inheritance to his family, and much more. Moreover, recent developments have provided us with more information about the victim, Celeste.
You guys, new development regarding the David case. He transferred both of his Houston houses to his mother's name. This is kind of crazy because it indicates that something big may be happening soon. So what could this actually mean? It seems like his parents and his siblings still live in one of the Houston houses, because if you guys remember a little bit back, the house got swatted. And when the police showed up at the door, the mother answered the door and said that his younger siblings were upstairs.
This can actually mean many different things. I would like to know what you think in the comments. Don't forget to write. I'm definitely open to new ideas. I cannot be certain. Perhaps he wants his help to somehow reach his mother. I don't know. Maybe he wants to help his mother because he thinks his work is done. I do not fully understand his intention. But please let me know what you think. If there is another side to this, and if any of you are lawyers or know how these matters proceed, please inform me, because people are saying things on Twitter, and I no longer know what to believe.
Since he transferred his Houston houses to his mother's name, what do you guys think this means for David's future?
Look, this is another point I have come across a lot on Twitter and TikTok. People say this could be a clever method, and that also seems plausible. Maybe he thinks everything is over, so he considers, at least part of my fortune will go to my mother. Or he uses it this way: even if I lose all my money, these assets will still remain with me in the future. So I'm taking precautions in my name. This situation can certainly be interpreted in many ways, but how can we really know? Until the truth is revealed, nothing can be said for certain.
We have a new update on this entire David situation that makes him look even more guilty than he already does. So in a new article from TMZ, it states that up at the top, David is making some real estate moves as cops investigate the passing of Celeste Rivas, who is the body that was discovered in his Tesla. Then at the bottom, it states that he transferred 2 of his Texas homes to his mother. The article also goes on to state that this information was discovered in new legal documents obtained by TMZ. It also says the singer transferred the deeds of 2 Houston area residences he owns under a trust to his mother. Now, it's very clear what David is doing. He is transferring his assets to his mother. So, if a lawsuit comes up and he gets potentially sued, they can't take anything from him because nothing is under his name.
Look, this is another point I have come across a lot on Twitter and TikTok. People say this could be a clever method, and that also seems plausible. Maybe he thinks everything is over, so he considers, at least part of my fortune will go to my mother. Or he uses it this way: even if I lose all my money, these assets will still remain with me in the future. So I'm taking precautions in my name. This situation can certainly be interpreted in many ways, but how can we really know? Until the truth is revealed, nothing can be said for certain.
It is under his mother's name, which they cannot take from her. I just feel like this is very telling, and I also feel like this is something an innocent person would not be doing, and it just really makes David look guilty. And he's just trying to save his assets in case he's taken to court and whatnot. So very telling once again. I'm curious to know your thoughts about all this.
First, we need to accept that this case seems like a typical repeat for David. Almost the same scenario occurs each time. Understanding his mindset is definitely difficult. If the accusations are true, there appear to be many speculations about his motivations. If he is indeed guilty, which is still unconfirmed, his behavior could be explained by a desire for attention, including actors who resemble someone in a clip, writing odd lyrics, creating songs that seem dedicated to someone, and sharing breakup-related content. All point in the same direction. On the other hand, he might have acted recklessly, thinking he would not face consequences. Ultimately, the question is, what is he thinking?
She has curly hair, a white flower in her hair, and it is a montage of them running on the beach, running through water. He's singing to her, "Watch the sunrise along the coast," as we're both getting old. A lot of people say with the resemblance of the love interest, it feels like an obsession with Celeste, because why does it look like Celeste? The lyrics are, "And if it's right, I don't care how long it takes. As long as I'm with you, I've got a smile on my face." Previously, all the comments on this music video were about sharing how people went through their loss with this song. Some people were talking about how they got married to this song.
Here With Me has always been a sad song for me, but I'm really glad that Ron Mangle did his own cover. The song itself is very beautiful. As for David, to be honest, I do not like him very much. Many people on TikTok and similar social media platforms also say they do not enjoy his music, and I agree that it was problematic. The way he handled the situation was completely wrong. In my opinion, not supporting his music is the right choice, because listening to his songs would give him financial benefit. It is never easy to fully separate an artist from their work. Admittedly, he was quite talented musically. But I feel sorry for all the listeners who truly love this song because its background is really disturbing. Yet in the video, everything seems normal, which makes it even more upsetting.
Alright guys, so we have a new update regarding 14-year-old Celeste, or Celeste Rivas Hernandez. And we also do have some new updates on David himself. This video is more so going to be like an explainer video because I want to break down every single thing that's going on. So bear with me and let's get right into it. So here's what's raising major red flags for everyone. As reported by TMZ, David is making some real estate moves as cops investigate the death of 14-year-old Celeste Rivas, whose decomposing corpse was found in his Tesla. He transferred 2 of his Texas homes to his mother. The fact that her body was found in his car opens the door for multiple felonies.
Am aware that there could be many reasons for this situation, but I really wonder why the legal process is still not complete. As I mentioned before, there could be money, power, and other dynamics involved. Authorities might also want to handle the process carefully and thoroughly. There are so many theories circulating online, some of which I have also discussed in previous videos. But I think we all need to accept that such matters should be handled professionally. Our role is to trust that the process will be carried out properly and wait for the result.
We have tampering with evidence, moving or cleaning anything in the trunk. Accessory after the fact, which means helping cover up the crime or hide someone else's involvement. Abuse of a corpse or improper disposal, meaning concealing a body instead of reporting it. Or obstruction of justice, which is giving false statements or delaying cooperation. And yes, the car itself can also be seized through civil forfeiture. Prosecutors use these charges all the time when a murder conviction is harder to prove. But post-crime, which means after crime actions, show clear involvement. Now, to add the disturbing context, Ms. Rivas was reportedly a minor around 14 or 15 traveling from Lake Elsinore to Hollywood to see him.
I also remember when all this information first emerged. At that time, only a few details about small parts found in his car were shared. People showed a lot of interest in the comments, but most thought it might not be true. Many believed and defended his innocence, but could not prove it. Perhaps it was because they didn't want to believe it, who knows, yet the whole situation was truly surprising. Still, I want to believe that the process is being conducted fairly and that the necessary evidence is being considered. Ensuring justice is important for all of us. I hope the process is progressing for the right reasons and that everyone faces the consequences of their actions appropriately.